Rumor has it that woman's a cheapskate, so we leave for part 8 of his innocent sin. Now we got to make 3 laps around the bomb shelter. Shit, you not. It looks like you're getting nowhere, but you actually are.
Yeah, I know we may have commented on it earlier, but if it weren't for Matt's notes, I would have thought he was just wasting time and grinding. But no, that's an intentional part of the dungeon design.
Trust me, no other. I don't think anything in I'm trying to remember in Eternal Punishment does something like this, and much to my surprise, no. However, Eternal Punishment has that fucking map-making side quest we're both gonna hate by the time we're done with the game.
Oh, we're gonna map out Hyrule by feeding fish a lot of bait.
Worse.
Ooh.
Every single. Alright, I'm jumping the gun with it right now, but I'm telling you straight up forward, you're gonna hate with it. In Eternal Punishment, they got a map-making side quest, and in that side quest, you have to map every single square inch of a dungeon. Like walk over every square, as many squares as you humanly can.
Yeah.
And make sure you get every square filled in. It requires a shitload of Astoma, which is basically the encounter reduction spell.
So you don't have to keep fighting it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It involves a shitload of Astoma, a lot of patience, and a lot of time. It's not fun. It's fucking draining.
Is there any sort of thing in the Persona series that's the equivalent of like no encounters?
Yeah, that's Astoma. If your level's high enough,
Yeah.
you can avoid enemies. In Eternal Punishment, you get an item late game called the Golden Honey.
Yeah.
Which you have to talk to a monster named Bjarki when you're armed with a level 63 Hastra persona.
Yeah.
They speak in some sort of Cthulhu Fatargan nonsense, and as a result of it, you gain the Golden Honey. The Golden Honey ultimately the Golden Honey is what cuts all enemy encounters regardless of level.
Okay.
The angel was Phaleg, who was Halo in Persona 1, which now he lacks Diorama, but he's still got some pretty good spell cards to give up, like namely Garu. One thing about Innocent Sin, now this is where it kind of takes a fair trade-off from Eternal Punishment. I like this Eternal Punishment system of spell cards better because you can register them at the time castle.
Beautiful life.
It is a beautiful life indeed, Ikichi. Anyway, you can register spell cards from the count and buy them back at your own leisure. The problem is the count's also pretty pricey when you have to buy them back. Here you can actually get them off of demons, but sometimes the spell cards can be either rare or easy to get depending on the demon. I formed one with APEP. I'm also trying to go for as many contracts and packs as I can. Also, as I said before, you may want to make up a strength persona for Yukino later on if you wish. I don't. At least I don't think I do. But what I usually have satiates me for the time being. Now at this point I'm like, oh fuck, where was that door? You're basically making 3 laps. That's all you got to do.
Now this early in the game, well, early, I mean we're like 8 parts in. What do you prioritize party-wise in terms of personas, skill sets, all that sort of shit?
I think I've said it before in an earlier part, but my goal is to have one character responsible for one line of spells. And then if I can, I give them a spell card of a differing element so that it keeps my fusion spells high. My ultimate playstyle with Persona 2 is that I try to make sure I have a diverse fusion spell list. This way I can trigger a lot more mutations if I'm lucky. And if I get the more mutations I get, the more likely stronger my personas are going to be, or the more likely I am to modify them or just return them for their items. In terms of there's not a whole lot else I could really prioritize. If I were you though, now I'm kind of like a hypocrite with this. Well, actually, no, I'm not. I'm taking that right the fuck back. I don't go crazy about the weapons yet because early game, your weapons are doing jack and shit damage, and there's not a lot of enemies weak to physical attacks, barring the occasional Moon Demon weak to Tetsuya's sword or the Temperance Demon weak to Ikichi's guns. Yukino's throw weapons, though, are fucking weird in the sense of I can't think of an enemy dead offhand weak to that element. They call it throw element. I don't know why the fuck it is. It's just like she's throwing her knives. In Persona 2, Baofu shoots coins, which is fucking funny.
Coin toss.
No, literally, like he just like flicks them like. Oh. But apparently he's a Qigong master, which allows you to which apparently amplifies the projectile of the coins, i.e. bullshit. Yeah. But let's just say he spread a rumor ahead of time for that.
Two-Face actually attacked people with the coin.
Right. Basically, he spread a rumor about that.
I let the coin decide. Oh, fuck, you meant that literally.
I believe that was lap 1.
I believe so, yeah. So
balls.
And nothing changes. It's just you have to do 3 laps.
Right.
No encounters change and all that sort of thing. Do you get different treasures?
I try to. But, oh, there is also a monster down here that's a pain in the ass to fight, the zombie kamikaze. It's basically like a zombie armed with a machine gun, like
I'm
you were
listening.
thinking about earlier.
I'm listening.
And he also has an attack called Kamikaze Charge, which is a pain in the ass attack in this fucking game because it's a lot more common here than it is Eternal Punishment.
Is it a self-destruct?
Yes, he kills himself and takes you out with it. Hashohona. I don't know.
Oh, Shahana. I'm so thirsty.
I can't drink that gross water. What else are you going to drink?
Oh, God, if we're in here, I start drinking my own pee.
You're not supposed to be doing that, Lisa.
Stop, put that away.
Seriously, you're not supposed to. That's the
Drink your
waste.
own pee.
That's the waste your body doesn't want, sweetie.
It got rid of it for a reason, sweetie.
Sweet pea.
I'll have 3 ounces.
That cocksucker right there. That motherfucker. Talk to him and get rid of him. He's one of the assholes that do the hula of misfortune. That attack you never, ever, ever want to fucking see. Hula of misfortune is where he does a jaunty little hula dance, and you lose half of your money.
What the fuck?
You do not.
You did mention that earlier.
And
yes.
you do not get it back.
Well, that's
that money's just
bullshit.
gone. That's exactly why the fuck I get rid of them every single time. I don't even care about the hangman cards because there's no good hangman Persona
So
early
if you
on.
see Nizrock in a party formation, prioritize him immediately.
Yeah, get rid of him. Even if you just have to set up for like basic cards, even if you're not at this level, you could. That's one thing about Persona 2 as opposed to Persona 1. You can now be below the demon's levels and get their tarot cards, but you just need to be at their level to get their spell cards. Now that's not Johnny's. That's not Johnny or my game. That's not Johnny fucking up on the editing bits there. Sometimes with my attacks, the speed goes right to shit.
But it lags.
Oh, it lags like a bitch.
I don't understand.
Yeah, that's weird. Considering I did the data install too.
Yeah, well, I mean, it may be just hardwired into the game itself, and there's nothing you can do about that. I'm actually curious, though, as to how Innocent Sin would run on an emulator.
Probably a lot better.
Because when I was using the emulator for the Rivals footage, cut all the load times out completely.
Nice.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Well, whatchamacallit? I was going to say something here. Fuck, I forgot what I was going to get.
I'll tell you one thing. My favorite part about editing these parts so far is Matt's notes. Like, he's only left me about like a note up to session 5 at this point, but there's clearly disdain for some things that he doesn't like in this game, and he really lets you know in the notes. My favorite is session 4, which is all caps about the fucking dresser hack battle.
Fast the fuck forward.
You really gotta stop stepping on that poisonous shit.
I never fuck. Oh, dude, it's gonna get worse than that. Well, here's the thing. There is a spell in the game. I think it's in this game. In Persona 1, it was known as Trap Cure. Or in later games, since they go by their proper names now, Liftoma, which basically elevates you so you don't have to worry about the traps. I don't think it's in Innocent Sin and
So
Eternal
it's like
Punishment,
using float in Final Fantasy 4.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Except I don't think it's in Persona 2. Which makes the traps I have to step on in Eternal Punishment make Maya look like a fucking idiot. Two left feet Maya.
We have to use something called Trap Cure to get rid of the bear traps in the re-releases.
This is cocksucker number 2 of the Hula Misfortune, Robin Goodfella.
Robin Goodfella?
Yeah, despite the name, he's actually quite a prick. But my thing with him though is that he's not a bad source of lovers cards. So get a contract with him, and then try to make him eager most of the time. This way you'll get the tarot cards and the free cards. Plus, I think he can also give you I think he can drop a Magna card. Like I said, I'm not too familiar with his drop rate as opposed to the others.
Close your eyes.
And then you just punt him like a football.
You just deck him in the fucking face. All right, so what is it about Robin Goodfellow that you don't like?
Again, the Hula of Misfortune.
He does it too.
Yeah, there's only 3 monsters in the game that do it, though.
And 2 of them are in here.
Yeah, the third one is the level 30 Piccolus Demon. It looks like it's basically a palette swap of the first chef monster we fought, Nizrock, except he's blue, and every time he does like a spell, a little French flag pops out from the top of his hat, which is fucking cute.
Fuck, there's 3 of them in the party.
We're all gonna do a hula dance for you to show our appreciation.
That'll be half of your money. Oh, that'll be half of your money.
I'll take a half of that money and a half of that cut and a half of that cut.
Oh, fuck
They'd be
me.
fucking brutal ass loan sharks.
Yeah.
I just go right for the items. Give me the Agi cards. I'm gonna want the spell cards.
Okay, here's something I wanted to ask you, because there are a couple of instances where you talk with a demon, you negotiate it basically and get an item,
Yeah.
and the battle immediately ends. But sometimes that's not always the case. Is there any reason why?
It depends upon enemy formation. If all of the enemies are of the same type, like the 3 Nizroks there, battle ends because I negotiated away all of the Nizrok demons. But if it's like 3 Nizroks and let's say an ogre, the Nizroks will go away as part of the agreement. But the ogre has no bond to you whatsoever
Yeah.
throughout the negotiation, so the ogre's still going to
that
fight.
guy's a fucking asshole. Stole half my money, and I'm going to take it out on you.
And the ogre's there like, I wish you fucking tried. Then you
Yeah.
blow him the fuck up.
And then you talk him down. Okay, you're a nice guy.
Did you know how to drink water?
Don't drink your pee. That makes me angry.
They have some weird ass stocks. They have some weird ass sound effects of choice though, and I fucking love it for it.
Well, kind of fun. It's weird because for the most part, the humans speak. The humans were dubbed with English voice acting, but the monsters are pretty distinctively Japanese. Like, they
It
didn't
varies
bother-
depending on which
yeah.
one you talk to. So I don't talk like fucking meatheads.
Meatheads, like completely.
You have to see Minotaur in Eternal Punishment. He
Yeah.
goes, "Me Minotaur, you dumb. Let's make hot fuck."
Things like that is uncanny.
It is fucking one for one.
Like, I'm
impersonation.
wondering, is like,
Close your eyes.
how is, in what direction is his face contorting when he makes construction equipment noises?
I'm more of I don't know what he does, but I always like to imagine the eyes just spitting in 2 different directions every time he fucking does it. Like,
His mouth stretching beyond the limits of human emotion.
exactly. Now, as I said before, talk away the fucking assholes with the talk away some of the assholes with the hula dance as usual. The ogres are weak to all sorts of magic, so knock yourself out. I tried for Omni Dimension for shits and giggles. That has a 20% success rate. There's a weird quirk about it that some people have reported about Omni Dimension in Eternal Punishment. Success.
Nice.
It's a little more gruesome in Eternal Punishment. But when it comes to multi-dimension or omni-dimension in Eternal Punishment, it does some weird shit. For Maya Prime, if you get it in that game, it supposedly has a 80% success rate in that area. Supposedly,
So
I
it
can't
jacks
verify.
up the probability altogether. God damn.
Only it's and many think it's a bug or a quirk. I
Because
kind
it
of
only
agree.
happens in that area.
Right. Oh, we got a mutation. What do we get? Ooh, modification.
Can change form.
Unfortunately, I can't do it with her. As I said before, she makes your luck stat an even 8, and well, her luck stat becomes 99 itself, but it also balances out divided by it's basically, I think it's your luck stat, the Persona's luck stat divided by 2. So ultimately, but she still helps out my luck stat, getting a nice boost, which I'm gonna want for the casinos. And
Okay, what
shit.
the fuck?
Guys, I don't want to drink pee.
I want to know what Hoshona means.
Well, let's look that up.
Let's look it up.
Rosh Hashanah. No, damn it.
English for Hoshona.
Houshounah.
M-O-U-S-E.
Right? Lisa Silverman.
Yeah.
I'm joking. Oh, you're sad or pained or something like that.
So like a disgruntled sigh,
Yeah.
I guess, that you just phonetically say out loud.
So basically, we needed a kind of reflection to help us see we're way out of here. But Ikichi had the fucking mirror the whole time and didn't think to pull it out.
No, Ikichi and Kinko get into a laser battle with no actual lasers, according
Right.
to the sound effects.
And then they break the fucking mirror, and now we're hosed. By the by, this is intentional. This isn't just like a goof. It is an underlying. Part and parcel is of the underlying theme of innocent sin. It's basically the Persona 2 duology deals with regret, but innocent sin deals with the immaturity angle of it. Basically, what ultimately happens when when you refuse to take either responsibility for your actions or basically, i.e., immaturity, and dealing with the regret of that afterwards.
Well, because we're high school students.
Exactly.
Yeah,
We're high school students. Maya and Yukino are like 20s.
Okay, well, but is it safe to assume that the characters who face more of the themes of regret are the high school students?
Oh, all 5 of us take some shit.
Okay.
Yukino, the less of us, but we all take some shit. Particularly, spoiler member number 5.
It's a really long name, and you really need to shorten it.
Yeah, he has 3 letters. Hey, it's Mr. Bum Bun.
What do you think, Mr. Button?
It's basically her crutch, but it actually does make her feel good. It's like a good luck charm in a way.
Mr. Bum Bun for advice.
And
Don't drink piss. Listen to Mr. Bum Bun, Ginkgo.
Oh, this fucking beautiful theme plays. Anyway, you get like a bit of an answer. You get a bit of a chance here to get a little closer to Maya, which may open up another contact information.
We're gonna die.
A child crying after having a nightmare. I can't believe the Joker's really a bad guy. Here's the thing, though. Unlike other cases of it, Joker just hates us. But in reality, he's just going around granting wishes. His only stipulation is if you blink at the moment when you see if somebody come out of mid-fucking air, out of fucking nowhere to grant your wish, you end up getting your soul taken.
Yeah, like God forbid you're about to sneeze before you make a wish. It's like no, I was just fucking sneezing. Jesus Christ.
I wish for paid. There goes your trump card. Fuck! So Maya's wondering who that is. And that's a good question. Who exactly, or what exactly, is our Joker? We still don't really have an answer for that.
Does the Joker look different depending on who summons him?
No.
No, it's just okay. So it's just one standard design.
Yeah. This is a flash. Now Tatsuya's having a flashback to his past. Who the fuck are you? Yeah, I don't mind either. We're outside of the We're outside across the street from the Parabellum, which is basically the bar in Aoba. Ah, that's the lighter.
Pierre Belmont.
Pierre Belmont.
Belmont. Oh. Dracula, the origin.
Or like Dracula 2099. And now, in return, this boy gave us a lighter. In return, we're going to give him a watch.
Which, when you come there and break it through it, the watch is ultimately more useful, I guess. No, I mean, you can light shit on fire if you're
an arsonist.
You know, if you're an arsonist. Because, again, you established that Tetsuya holds on to the lighter even though he doesn't smoke.
Right.
But now we find out it's because it was a heirloom, essentially, or a friendship.
Right, a friendship trinket. Is that right? And he's a dapper-looking fella. He's a lawyer. His name is Kaoru Saga. He's basically just like, he's drunk off his ass, but he's also like trying to like spook the kids a bit here. In a weird offshoot way. I think it's toned down in the American re-release. Looking like a man who's living up to his dreams. He's actually a very sad man because here's the thing. He's smart as shit.
Yeah.
He's a guy who actually took the Japanese Special Prosecutor's exam and passed it on his first try with flying colors. But now he's got nothing to live for. He's, in a weird way, a reflection of the Guido story from Persona 1. He just manages to obtain and get his dreams, and now he finds himself with nothing to live for.
So he lived for the chase, not the destination.
Right. He just spooked the kids here because he was drunk, but he's ultimately a great guy, though.
That's kind of the same reason why a lot of folks don't take retirement too well. Despite the fact that you work your ass off for like 25, 30 years of your life just to get to that point, when you finally do get to that point.
Part of it is having your independence stripped away. There's a good moral aspect of that as well, but there's also the nowadays, and this is disgustingly tragic, the financial aspects. You could work your whole ass off and come out to a lifetime savings that's like less than a fucking lottery payout. Dark days. Can you imagine having to be like 70 plus years of old, coming down with Alzheimer's, and still being told by your government you gotta fucking work?
Well, no one's forcing you to work, but are you?
Nobody's forcing you to work, except if you don't work, you're out of lights, you're out of food, you're out of water.
Yeah, but no, my point is that no one's forcing you to work.
Oh no, you're essentially gonna be coerced to working.
Still not being forced though.
A loaded choice is essentially forcing.
Yeah, well, it's not forced though. Otherwise, it's a dictatorship.
That's what's called a loaded choice.
I disagree with your philosophy, but that's discussion for another day. Oh man, that was like 10 seconds of awkward silence.
I wasn't paying attention. I was on my phone. So basically, we now have to realize what the fuck we're doing here with the mirror. Lol. So now we're gonna piece it together and get a little Q&A from Maya, which begs the question of why put me through the Q&A if you know what the fuck we're doing. Now here's the thing: we gotta exploit the rumor loophole on the way out of here. Basically, we are gonna have to realize what we learned in the past. I think this also is part and parcel of unlocking the contract negotiation either. So ultimately, we used the mirror, and Ikichi broke it. We can only use one of the shards, though, right? That's sharp. Mirrors reflect everything in range.
Your own face.
No, dumbass. I could have gone for that just to be the asshole. I was thinking about this for a second, like, what if I do that just for the
He
time being
had
and
to
reload?
think about that.
No, like, thinking about it for a second, like, what if I showed that off and then reloaded the save file? Probably ends up with all three of the women there beating the shit out of me, but whoever, oh wow, whoever escaped managed by accident wanted to stay here.
But their accident is our solution.
Aim in the nut. So basically, it's just a wordplay, kind of like what happened with Ikichi there. We can't see it, we still can't get out. Now basically, Yukino is now going to actually use the camera as a plot point. We can't see it, but it is there, i.e. the rumor's just fucking with our eyes.
Okay.
So she took the picture of the door, and now we're out.
I mean, it also just magically opened the door.
Us 1, rumor 0. So now there's one other thing to do now that we're out of the bomb shelter. We have to find another rumor demon. There's mud on my tunic. Oh, goddamn it, Ikichi.
It's called a washer, bitch.
Exactly. What's your daddy gonna do? Yell at you for that? Oh, yeah.
Oh, we're finally out of that shithole.
Right? After 3 laps and a good bit of
Full
introspection.
of poisonous, slippery floors and
Damn it.
landmines.
Right? What kind of bomb shelter was that?
Yeah, I don't know. You got nobody to hide from the bombs. This place has bombs in it.
Notice the change already? They already got the fucking decorations up.
How long were we in there?
6 years.
It's
It comes out like the future.
It's hyperbolic time chamber. The bomb shelter is.
Ah, there it is. Bukimi. So now we have this. Now that we have this out, we have to leave here. Go spread the rumor. This would be the
You
kind.
have to talk to that kid in order to.
Yeah,
trigger
basically
it.
every time when it comes to trigger rumors, they're keys, or basically that's like the flag symbol. You get basically a notification to go there. That gives you the clue to go there and spread it. Otherwise, you won't have it. Then you come over here, you spread it. Because it's a popular Japanese folklore demon, they'll start spreading the rumor themselves, and you're all set up until next part. We'll find out if our rumor bears fruit. See you then.